Hey Don, hey Kevin, hey Teddy. I wanted to make you guys a quick video. I had a great call with you guys today. It was good to get the brain juices flowing. Apologies that I had to cut out of there. I think we had at least another 30, 40 minutes to really, start creating. So hopefully you guys were able to keep some of that going. But what I wanted to do is make a quick video and kind of walk you through a little something that I talked about earlier, just a sample of what you can create when you let your mind run wild. This should start on just a blank sheet of printer paper with a pencil or a pen or a crayon or whatever you have at your disposal. But I want to walk you through this little flow that we put together. It's our mindset workflow, and just think of how well you'd be able to recreate something like this in the spirit of what you guys see as the way that you want to communicate, to give, to really give your community that ongoing nurturing that everybody needs. Whether you're having daily calls or daily peps, this is just that daily automated version of you that can be present for the people that you're serving. So let me quit talking. I think Loom might run a timer on me for this. So I'm gonna move this out of the way and zoom in a little bit on this workflow mapping. This is Lucid Chart. I think Teddy knows all about this. It's one of the tools we use to kind of map out automations. This green pill up here in the upper left, we've just got a keyword where you can text the word mindset. As you know, Black Book has these keywords where you just text one word, just boom, mindset, and it will initiate a workflow. And if we don't know who this person is, we're going to give them a default name, and we'll just call them Rockstar Investor. And the system's smart enough, because we put this intelligence in there, to check to see, has this person come into our system before? Because if they've come in before, we don't want to over inundate with someone, enters our world. We don't want to give them too much information. So if they've texted in before, we're going to see that. And we've got a little automation loop over here they'll basically see that they've already got some stuff going on, and we'll just check back to make sure we have the best way to communicate with them. But if they don't have any special tagging, they're new to our world, we're going to give them a tag that says they entered the keyword mindset. So the system puts a tag on them right out of the gate. We text them back saying, awesome, we're excited to give you these daily motivational messages. Oh, by the way, what's your name? And then we kind of pause it and we look to get that. Now that's a part where we manually take that information and update the contact record. But what we have now is a way to personalize these messages in the future, because we don't want it to be just a one-way street, right? We'd like to be able to establish a dialogue. So we note in the record that this contact just had this workflow called Mindset Trigger. That's our own internal auditing, what's happening where, we want to know what's going on. So after that, we have a short delay in there. And this obviously can be edited because you want to have some flexibility with your communication. So this one actually waited a couple of days. This original version we did in an event, so we purposely waited for 2 days for the event to be over to give them some breathing room, and then we would drop a ringless voicemail into their mailbox where we just send them basically a pep talk number 1. And we wait a day, and at 9 a.m. we send the message again. So down here in the lower right, you can see that these steps actually repeat. It's just going through the daily mindset messages, number 1 through 30. Teddy's familiar with this. You just kind of add a delay step, add a ringless voicemail. Add a delay step, add a ringless voicemail. So after we get through that 30th message, we basically check in and say, hey, hope you like this. We gave you 30 days of positivity. What'd you like? Did you feel like you were held accountable? Because we're giving you some things like, stick with your goals, think about the things that you planned out. So that's really the vibe that we have going on. And we ask them to just connect with us on Facebook for some social proof. And if you've got a special landing page, you want to track any kind of testimonials or shout outs, you can do that there. We tag them. That lets us know this workflow is complete. So if somebody comes in later, we have the ability to check that. And we also give ourselves a notification that says, hey, mindset workflow completed, because you're going to have these, over time, you're going to see these mindset workflows ending. And you might want to check in with negative Nancy and seeing if she's turned at least neutral. That's progress, right? So this essentially is how this flow works. So zooming in a little bit more back to the smart routing at the beginning, if they've texted in, we recognize that. If they've already got that keyword, we just say, hey, thanks. We saw you texted it again. Were you able to get our messages? Give us your email. We can send stuff that way to them as also. And we just have a task that says, kind of clean this up in the background. We'll give them another shot if they blew it. But we'll put a note in the contact record, and that's effectively the summary of how this mindset flow works. So let's see, I did that in 5 minutes, and the recorder's still rolling. And the piece I wanted to really kind of drive home here is this is something that we just put together. As I shared a little bit of the backstory, we had an opportunity to serve the community with a lot of the things that have helped us in our journey, mindset being a big piece of it. So we said, if you guys are tuned into this type of vibe and want more of it, raise your hand by texting this word mindset. And that's the only reason we would be sending, these communications, because we tell them you're going to hear from us from a month, right? Once a day. We're not blowing you up. We're just dropping in a ringless voicemail. And I think there's a version of this that we even built out for like text only. Maybe some people don't check their voice messages. Everybody checks their text messages. So there's all kinds of variations. You could have this be a daily email. You guys talked about some of the ideas you had with the 6 minutes to success. But looking at little short batches or rotations that people can go through based on when they raise their hand, and then you could essentially be advertising, look, we've got these 6 cool keywords. Maybe it's these different areas of the business. If someone wants to learn more, or a different business struggle, oh, they need the money mindset, oh, they need the procrastinator challenge, they need something else where they're getting stuck, because the profiles tend to fall into categories. You guys know best. But anyway, this is really what I wanted to share from a way to look at and think about how you can service your community in an automated fashion. And number one, see this whole realm of automation. That's why there were no screenshots, no logins today. I wanted it purely conversational about goals, aspirations with using this technology to help service your coaching business needs. And again, the real power is in nurturing those existing contacts. But when you've got people opting in to these pages that are looking for what you have, there's ways to kind of get them to the point where they're ready to make that first major step. And then there's also the whole way of looking at this automation landscape as how you service that client once they are already a part of your community, and how you get them going to really level up in their performance, in their personhood, all the things that matter most for the objectives that they've come to you for. So you guys can surely take it from here and infuse it with all the goodies that I would love to see. But this is the type of mapping. Start with a blank white sheet of paper, blue or black pen, get some crayons, get it colorful, make a mess, get a big easel. That's how we used to do some of these things initially when we got introduced to how we can kind of flow on paper and brain dump. And if nothing else, hopefully this is useful for you guys, applying it to an automation landscape. And I'm sure you guys will be cooking up some behemoths in the background. But let's talk and see about how we think we can best bring our minds together based on the call that we had today, based on this this gift here that we got for you, the little video clip, as well as the little file that you can print out and use for your own mad scientist creations. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate your time and attention, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks.